What's going on, guys? It's Saber here from Caravan HQ. We're back at it again today, and I'm actually standing in front of my personal favorite van. It's the Adventure 5.5. Let's have a look. What we've got starting at the front of the Caravan is a DO 35 hitch. So this is a hitch made from Cruisemaster. It is made for off-road use, so it fully rotates and articulates for off-road terrain. Right, keeps you safe on the road. If your Caravan ever were to flip, that hitch is actually going to completely flip, saving your car. We've got amazing tunnel. We've got amazing storage space here at the front of the Caravan, and we've actually got some stone guards here as well. Also, I like to mention a front tap on the front of the drawbar, great for a barbecue, washing that off after you're done. We've got a nice slider here in the front of the toolbox with jerry can holders. Now, these jerry can holders are actually completely modular. You can take them off and you can option an Anderson plug within that toolbox to fit a nice outdoor fridge. We've got really nice storage space on the top of that toolbox as well. Great spot for the fishing rods or camping chairs. You can just fold them right up and put them straight in. On the front of all of our toolboxes, we've got tie down points. Now, this toolbox will come with clips which slide directly into these mounts, which allows you to tie things down, maybe a wood box. Let's have a look at this front tunnel boot. So, super spacious here. Have a look at all of that space. Immense amount of space for all of your gear, guys. Although you can just get a slide out kitchen optioned in. I personally like to cook on a little baby Weber Q. And I'll just plug that one directly into the gas connection, just sitting underneath here. We've got our scrub bars protecting both sides of the van here as well. And then, of course, this being our adventure range, it comes with our off-road suspension. It's our wishbone suspension with dual airbags and dual gas shocks on each wheel. It's as easy as up and down to level out the van. The Caravan itself has an onboard built-in air compressor. Right, we've got a line out option, so we can plug in our line out hoses, which come with the Caravan, to either fill up our tyres of the Caravan or even of our 4x4. If your onboard compressor ever fails, God forbid, you've still got your left and right inputs here as well. So you can still use a handheld manual air compressor. Now, this just sits in our spare tidy toolbox here. So it also comes with a torque wrench. You've got spare electrical fuses here. You've got your big ones and your small ones, as well as an SOS light, just in case everything gets dark and you need to make your way around the van. We've got our jack that comes with our Caravan. Mounted in this toolbox here, wheel chocks, and even a spare airbag and a few spare keys. Amazing. So on the move, they get you ready for your off-grid travels. They don't leave you without any spare parts. We're going to assume you're in the middle of nowhere using this thing, so you're going to have to be well equipped with all of that gear. We've got two picnic tables. On a van that's only 18 foot, this is actually a rare occurrence, but something that I think is special. You've got a plug-in point, so you can plug down a coffee machine or an induction stovetop on this picnic table here. And this just folds directly up. No silly locks, nothing to lock up there, no risk of those getting rusty. And they've also got a little LED light underneath each picnic table. Now that can be turned on and off directly from this switch here. Beautiful. Now that jack that we just had a look at, that's actually got a dedicated spot to be fitted on the Caravan. Now that's going to be in this dedicated jacking spot here. So there is a safety pin that will just slide in there. That would allow you to change your spare tyres if anything ever went flat on the road. Now, one thing I love to mention is the door that we use. The reason is because I'm from the Gold Coast myself. We get these things called sandflies. They're just small enough to get into those fly screens. What we're using on this side of our door is actually a midgie screen. If we give that handle a pull up, we're actually able to separate the main door and the fly door. We've got a security screen on this side. So that's going to keep you nice and safe during the night if you just want to have that one locked up for a bit of breeze. We've got 3 metal lock points on these doors here, so really tidy stuff. Great if you ask me. And we have 2 options of being able to have that door kind of placed on the Caravan. We can either have it completely open like this, or we can have it mounted on our metal little latch. That would allow us to open our windows directly up. You can see that they're on a double gas strut, so I can just have them sitting in any position. I also love to mention that they're nice and tinted, so it gives you that privacy without actually having to lift up your privacy screen. Now, all of our On The Moves in the Adventure range come with our Raptor coating on the outside of the van. I think it's really great stuff. I think it's definitely superior to your checker plating. That's because if you get a big scratch on here, all you got to do is clean the surface and you can directly spray that back on. So super easy to repair and no risks for any dents getting in. It's not a big panel job to repair if anything does get damaged. Let's have a look at the back of the van before we go inside. All right, guys, well, obviously this Caravan is a single axle Caravan and been in the industry for a while now. The thing with single axle Caravans is that they usually only come with 1 spare tire. I mean, even some dual axles only give you 1 spare tire. We've got 2 tires on this Caravan here. It's actually sitting in an overhang of the chassis itself compared to a U-bolt extension. Now, that's going to protect your body of the composite here. Cool little story, we actually got rear-ended by a food truck at one of our Caravan shows, and we were actually able to completely replace this rear bar here because it's fully modular. All we had to do was drill out a couple of rivets, undo a couple of bolts, slide that piece out and put a new one back in. We still got our rear toolbox storage, just like all of our Adventure range. Now those are great for grey water hoses or 15 amp leads. And on our new 2026 model, what we've actually done is add this rear wing here. Now, that's actually allowed us to have more solar space on the roof. We've added an extra 140 watts of solar on that specific panel there. We've also got our rear working lights. We've got our rear camera, and we've also got our rear brake light there as well. Now, I think it looks absolutely sick when you're on the road, but it also gives you that nice big presence for when you're in the middle of Australia and you're kicking up red dirt dust. I mean, these can probably get blurry. That's going to allow the truckies to see you while you're on the road. Let's have a look at the back. All right, we've got our Fugatti instantaneous hot water system. So you do get 240 litres of fresh water in this Caravan here. So you can take a hot shower until your water tanks run out or until you get your money's worth at the Caravan park. You've got your standard toilet cassette here by Dometic, which will just slide out. You go to your dump point and you empty it, slides right back in when you're done. Now, one thing I love about the On The Move Caravans, in all of their Caravans, they fit the water pump on the exterior of the Caravan. So not only is it going to protect it from any leaks, any water flooding your floor, but it's also super easy to access and replace when it ever needs to happen. We've got our main water inlet or connection on the back of this, so that's facing the back of the van, so super easy to plug in as well when you are at a park.